I'm Laura Vitale, and today I'm going to be combining two requests in one. First of all, I hope you all had an amazing holiday season, and we are about to kick off the new year, and I've had a lot of people request two different things. One, a lot of you requested or asked if I could share with you a great New Year's Eve party, like dessert idea that would be really great to make ahead of time and that would be a crowd pleaser. So we're gonna do that. And I'm also combining that request with a very popular one, which was a lot of people asked, can you please just share with us one more pumpkin recipe before the year is over? I know we're right around the time where pumpkin is pretty much gonna be out after this week, and so I figured I would combine both of those two requests into one fabulous little treat, the last treat of the year, so we might as well go off with a bang. And we are making mini pumpkin pie mousse shots. They are incredibly good, such a crowd pleaser, beautiful to look at, but literally take 10 minutes to put together, and they're so fabulous. The ingredients you'll need are very few. You'll start off with this is some instant vanilla pudding mix. You gotta get the whole, the regular kind, not the low fat. I prefer the whole regular kind. I've got some heavy cream, crushed ginger snaps, pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie spice, and whole milk. That, my friend, is all you're going to need. It is such a great recipe. Wait till you see. I am cheating by using some pudding mix, and that's because it's going to give me really great texture with not a lot of work. If I had to, right now after the holidays, make a mousse with egg yolks and egg whites, I would feel a little bit under pressure, especially if we're doing it for a big party. So this is going to just do a lot of the work for you. And wait till you see how easy this is. In this bowl, I've got my my vanilla pudding mix. To that, I'm going to add some cold milk, and all I'm going to do is mix these together until combined. Now to that, I'm going to add my pumpkin puree. Now this is not pumpkin pie mix, this is just pure pumpkin puree, because you don't want the pie mix because it's got a lot of sugar in it. And then to that, I'm also going to add some pumpkin pie spice, and I'm gonna mix these two together. Okay, this looks fantastic. I'm going to set this aside because now I want to whip up my whole heavy cream. Now, really try to use heavy cream and whip it yourself. The consistency is so much better than the pre-made like whipped stuff. So just go through the extra steps by whipping it yourself. And then you want this to be really nice stiff peaks. So I'm going to give it a whirl. Okay, set that aside just for a second. Bring my pumpkin mixture closer to me, and this will thicken as it sits, but you just have to give it a bit. And then you take your heavy whipped cream, awesome, get it all out of the bowl, and then all I do is I kind of just fold it all together. You don't have to do this in any particular order. You just want to make sure that that heavy cream is well mixed through, but you also don't want to deflate it, so take your time. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this aside, and that again will firm up as it sits. But now what I'm going to do is work on kind of my serving strategy, if you will. What I like to use is little shot glasses. First of all, this is a tray that I put upside down, yes, so that you could see every layer really nicely. These are disposable little shot glasses. They're clear so you can see everything, but best of all, at the end of the night, you can get rid of them. You don't have to bother by washing every single one of them by hand, because that would ruin any party for me. Then what I do is I take a little spoon. So much in food is about, not only flavor, but also texture. So what I like to do is I like to do a little layer of ginger snaps, and all I did was I took these ginger snaps, put them in a little resealable plastic bag, and just bashed them up with a rolling pin until they were about coarse crumbs. Some were a little finer than others because that's what I like. I like a little bit of sand, like sandy texture, and then rubbles. I love that. So what I'll do is I'll just do a little layer of my crushed ginger snaps, and then we'll proceed to filling these all up. And then all you do, you can either spoon your mousse into your little shot glasses, which, trust me, it makes a giant mess if you're trying to do this nice and neat and make it look presentable. Or you can do what I'm doing, which is just I filled a plastic, a disposable piping bag with the filling. And I just have a round tip, a large round tip. I have no special tip on it because it doesn't really make a difference in my opinion. And then you can fill these as high as you want to. I'm gonna refill this in just a minute. Now let me give you just a tip of it, a little bit of advice. If your filling is a little bit too runny, pop it in the fridge for 10 minutes and it just kind of hardens up perfectly for you to be able to pipe it. And at this point, if it's at the right consistency, you can eat it right away, or you can do what I do. I like to sprinkle a little bit more of my crushed ginger snaps over top because again, I like that texture, but I don't like to too much, otherwise it will kind of be overpowering because I do have a layer at the bottom as well. And then you can serve them right away, or you can pop them in the fridge at this point. What I do is I just take a kitchen towel and just kind of lay it on top because it's not really touching anything. Pop it in the fridge until you're ready to party. I like to do this a couple hours ahead of time. I find that it's perfect and it's such an easy job. You can get anyone to do this. You can get kids to do this. You can get your neighbor to do this, whoever you want to put to work can do this because it really is the kind of thing you don't have to think about. And how impressive are they? And it's, especially when you're having a get together on the holidays, it's always good to delegate a little bit. So if people come around early, let them do this job. It's really easy. They're not going to mess this up. And I want to show you, by the way, these are disposable little spoons. Amazing. And then it's just, the texture is quite perfect. Right? But when you pop it into the fridge, it sets even more. To die for. Such a perfect little nibble. Got a little bit of crunch from the ginger snaps. Really nice and lovely, velvety smooth. I think personally, I don't think this can be beaten. I think it's a great make ahead holiday New Year's Eve dessert that everybody will love. And if you're feeling fancy, tap it with a little bit of whipped cream. For just a little something extra. Not that it really needs it, but it is pretty for presentation. If you enjoyed this recipe and you want to make this for your New Year's Eve party, go to laurainthekitchen.com, get the recipe, make it for your friends and family, tag me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever, so that I can see your recreation. And I hope that you have a magnificent New Year's Eve celebration. Ringing in the new year is such an exciting time, and I hope to bring you so many fantastic things this upcoming year. And thank you so much for spending the year with me. We cooked a lot of good things. We definitely had a good time. I've made a lot of great friendships. I feel like I know so many of you almost like on a personal level, which is incredible. And I just want to thank you for just a really memorable, unforgettable year. And I don't think 2015 is ready for us. I think you and I are going to go very far. We're going to do some incredible things, and I'm just so excited. Let me know down below what you are looking for me to bring you this upcoming 2015, whether it's field trips, whether it's shopping trips, whether it's outdoor segments. I want to hear from you. I want to hear what you want to see here on Laura in the Kitchen this upcoming year, because after all, I do love to cook, but I love to please you. So let me know your suggestions down below. I hope you have a fantastic, 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 fantastic New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. And please, let's give a thumbs up this video for the last pumpkin recipe of the season. I think it deserved it, and I think we went out with a bang. Hope you enjoyed spending time with me, and I will see you next time. Mwah! Bye! I'm going back in.